Hey gang, welcome back to Learning to Survive. Big John, Terry, and Cletus here with you as usual. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Sog Gambit Karambit. We got this in a survival box's alpha box a few months back. And today we're going to take a look at it and see how it does and get some specs and all that good stuff. But if you want to see how it performs, then you know the drill. You're going to have to hang around. Tell them, boys. That beautiful? One hell of a what do you think about that? What the hell are you thinking? Hey gang, thanks for sticking around. Like I said, today we're going to be taking a look at the Sog Gambit Karambit. I did not have a Karambit. Well, I had the one I did review 3 videos ago, something like that. I had that one, but I did not have a fixed blade Karambit, and I have seen the Gambit in several videos. It seems like it's a favorite Karambit to put in subscription boxes because it seems like I've seen it several times, and I always thought, man, I'd like to have one of those. Well, guess what? Now I have one of those. It's a pretty cool Karambit. It's not quite as curved as some that I've seen. I know with the other one that we got with the folder, it seemed almost a little too curved. Like the blade was a little too close to my fingers for my liking, and this one seems to be almost just the opposite. But it is very comfortable in the hand. The handle could be a little wider for my hand anyway, but good grip, fits well, very good for slash attacks, and because of the way it's made, you could hold it in a forward grip if you wanted to. That's not the traditional grip for Karambits. It's not what they were originally intended for, to my knowledge anyway. Because I mean, this doesn't even feel right. You know what I'm saying? This just doesn't. It just doesn't feel right. This feels right. This is comfortable. This is good, and I like the ring to put your finger through because let's be honest. When I talk about this, about handles being smooth, if you're in a self-defense situation and you're using this knife to cut another person, you're going to get blood on your hands, okay? And I don't know this from experience, but I have been told, that blood is very slippery, like much more slipperier. Is that a word? Slipperier? Much more slippery than water. And a lot of people end up cutting their hand with their knife in a knife fight because their hand slips up the blade and goes along the edge of their blade and ends up cutting their hand. With this, you don't have to worry about that. This is not coming loose. I mean, even if it gets slippery, it can't go anywhere. I mean, it's attached. which I would assume, again, I don't know as a fact, that was the original intent. Was, first of all, it leaves your hands free. I can still actually punch with this hand if I want to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could technically, I don't think I would, but I could technically grab somebody with this hand if I wanted to. So it leaves you a lot of options in a self-defense situation that you don't have to worry about with a regular knife. You don't have to worry about losing your grip. I mean, obviously you don't, you can't be stupid with it and, put your hand like this and, well, see, it still doesn't want to fall out. I just proved what I was saying. But you have a lot more control over the knife in this grip than you do with a normal knife. Now, in the description I read, it talks about how this knife has many uses and many, I don't know about all that. I mean, yeah, you could. Could you use this knife, for cutting open boxes and stuff? Yeah. Maybe the fact that it's a little straighter than a traditional karambit, maybe that's what they're talking about. But that is not the major design of this knife. The main design for this knife is as a self-defense weapon. If I need a box opener or stuff like that, I'm going to carry a folder, or I'm just going to carry a box cutter, for that matter, which is, a box cutter is very dangerous in self-defense. This knife, as far as I'm concerned, this is designed for one thing: cutting people in a self-defense situation. So, with that being said, let's get into some specs. The overall length of the knife is 7.3 inches. The weight is 2.8 ounces, very light. The blade length is 2.59 inches. The product type is fixed blade. It says it has a lanyard hole. I would not call that a lanyard hole. The finish is satin polished. The edge type is straight. The blade steel is 7CR17MOV. The blade shape is sheep's foot. The handle material is glass reinforced nylon. Handle color is black. The hardness is RC 54 to 58. The sheath material is hard molded nylon. Now this knife, I just got that info off of Sog's website, and they show the knife at $40. It is on Amazon right now for $28.99. So there you go. But the real question is, how does it perform? Let's go to the implements of mass destruction. First, the paper test, which evidently I've not been doing well on the paper test lately. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've heard that the paper test is not a good test of a knife's sharpness, but that's the one that everybody uses, right? It seems to be, doesn't want to grip very well. I'm assuming it's because of the blade shape, and it's just kind of tearing. Oh, there we go. Again, it's probably me. Oh, that's nice. A little jagged, but nice. Oh, there. Pretty good. It's tearing a little bit, but pretty good overall. Let's check out paracord. Pull through, right through it. I honestly feel like this is probably a better test than the paper test. Double it up. Didn't get through the second one. Did not get through the second one. Still didn't get through the second one. Alright. That may have been a bit of a fail. And of course, we're going to triple it up. Which I always seem to have problems with. Case in point. Oh. Didn't get through any of them. There we go. I think that part of that was probably me. I mean, the blade is very sharp. Let's get the old hair test. Yeah. Pretty sharp. Nothing ridiculous, but... And cardboard. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Having to put a little pressure, but cut the cardboard pretty well. So, definitely tough. Shaved a little bald spot on my arm. So, you know, although it didn't look great in the paper test, and I think I kind of messed up the paracord test, but overall I think it did pretty well. It did great on a cardboard. So I would say it's definitely good. Definitely a pass. One thing I did not mention that I just noticed, it does have some jimping on the top of the blade right here. I don't know if you can see that. You might be able to see it in the pictures that I showed earlier. Just in case you are, you know, using it for something else, you can hold it like so, and you've got some jimping right there. I mean, that's aggressive jimping. It is. Your thumb is not going to slip on that. So in case you are using it for cutting or slicing or something like that, it does have the jimping on there. So all in all, I would say that it did very well. Like I said, I think that, you know, the paracord was probably my fault. And it did fairly good in the paper test. I am going to work on getting some different paper. I've heard or seen on a couple of videos from people that make knives. For whatever reason, they say that National Geographic magazine is the best paper to use to test the sharpness. I don't know if that's a fact or, you know, urban legend or whatever, but, you know, if guys that are making knives are saying that, and it did just happen to be on a video about a karambit, if I'm not mistaken. But, so we may give that a shot further on down the line, we'll see. So guys, leave me your comments below. What do you think? How do you think the knife performed? Do you have a karambit or a gambit karambit? And what do you think of it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? I will say one issue that I have, because I carried this a few days, and I already carry, you know, a folder, and then I carry my pistol on my right hand side. Carry a flashlight on the left hand side. Really the only other place to carry this is in the small of my back, which I thought that's a good spot. You know, t-shirt covers it, you know, semi hidden, if you will. and still able to get to it, still able to pull it out. But the clip on the handle is not wide enough, because the belt that I use for my everyday carry when I'm not at work is 2 inches wide, if I'm not mistaken, and the clip on here is made for an 1.5 inch wide belt, which most belts are, your regular belt. But if you're carrying a thicker belt to compensate for your holster, they're usually wider. They're usually 2 inches for the most part. And it will not clip all the way down onto the belt. In other words, the bottom of the clip is not hooked under the belt, it's just sitting on top of the belt. So when I sit down, it pushes the knife up. And what I'm afraid of is that, one of these times, because usually when I stand up, I'll adjust it back down, which of course then I'm calling attention to it, which is something you don't want. But one of these times I'm afraid that it's going to slip all the way off and I'm not going to notice, and it's going to fall down into the seat where I'm sitting, and I'm just going to walk off, and now I'm out of knife. I have found that by clipping it inside my pants, because now you've got the belt and your pants, it's a little thicker, so it tends to hold on a little better. But now, in that case, my fear is that I'm going to stretch the clip out and it's going to become loose. So that is probably my biggest dissatisfaction with the knife, is the clip. I wish the clip was a little wider. I get that it is the size. There you go. The clip is the size of the sheath, but for us guys that are wearing a wider belt because you're carrying a holster, it would be nice if it had a wider clip. Now, can you buy a wider aftermarket clip? I'm sure you could. But that, to me, that seems to be the biggest drawback on the knife. So, like I said, let me know what you think. What do you think about the knife? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you prefer a folder karambit over a fixed blade? Some guys like, a folder karambit. There are some that have the automatic opener. When you pull it out of your pocket, it automatically, the blade pops out and you're ready to go. So, which is your favorite? Do you like the folder, or do you like the fixed blade? Gang, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you get notifications when I post new videos. Gang, I love my troops. Thank you for your service. I appreciate each and every one of you. I really, really do. To my subscribers, thank you. I love you guys. We're getting there. 412. We're pushing towards 500. Don't forget, at 500, there's going to be a giveaway. Hey, gang, be sure you go visit my Patreon page. Every dollar that gets donated to the Patreon page goes back into the channel to make it bigger, better, and better. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. When the little picture of me pops up right here, click on it. You can subscribe to the channel and watch my crazy antics. As always, you and me together, we're learning to survive. And until next time, we'll see you. Hey gang, welcome back to Learning to Survive. Big John, Terry, and Cletus here with you as usual. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Sog Gambit Karambit. We got this in, I believe it was an alpha box a couple of months ago. And yeah, don't know what to say. Hey gang, welcome back to Learning to Survive. Big John, Cletus. Why? In being invaded.